Okay, guys, welcome to Movie Emporiums. I need to discuss something. Okay, usually this would be a review or, a TV review or a trailer discussion or something of that nature, but I have to talk about something completely different today. So if you watch the Almost Awesome show, myself and Jacob talked about Pinocchio, and I said some things about Pinocchio that I don't regret. I think it was what I was hearing was baffling. I saw like the first few minutes of it, so I was like, oh god, this is gonna be terrible. Well, I decided to watch this movie to kind of take it in what exactly was going on. I decided to just kind of barrel through the hour and 45 minutes. And what the hell happened to what is going on at Disney? What the hell is happening? I've sat down and I watched this movie. It's directed by Robert Zemeckis, who really hasn't done anything great for quite a while. I did like The Walk, but Welcome to Marwen and, The Witches and everything that he worked on in the last 20 years for the most part has just kind of shown something truly wrong with what Robert Zemeckis does. This guy is a talented director. He is one of the great minds when it comes to visual fidelity and visual work, especially in the early days of like Back to the Future and Who Framed Roger Rabbit. But when the advent of digital technology after like Jurassic Park happened, there is something in the mind of Robert Zemeckis that completely just busted. And you can see it in his animated films like, Polar Express, and you can see it in Beowulf. It's just, there is something truly wrong. So him doing Pinocchio is not that surprising because it does take a lot of finesse when it comes to technology and the visual work that they were going to have to do to update this movie. And as we've seen, the live action movies outside of like Cinderella and maybe The Jungle Book have been really, really bad, to be fairly honest. And when I watch Pinocchio, I finally come to the conclusion that there is something truly wrong in the world of Disney. This movie it's a god awful piece of trash. I don't know what was happening in this movie, and it's just it shows a prime example of when CGI is like put to full effect and it's not well implemented and people are overworked and they just can't deliver on the full effect of something like Jurassic Park or Transformers or Star Wars. It just shows you that Disney is heading in a direction that is cheapening the landscape of films, and it shows so horribly in this movie of Pinocchio. You look at this movie from the start and you have Tom Hanks in this movie and you have Keegan-Michael Key and you have all these actors in this movie, and nobody delivers a performance. Everybody's delivering a stilted, dialogue-driven, something that you would see in like, a kid's child's play at a school. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is doing the best he can with Jiminy Cricket, who looks weirdly unnerving, like something out of a Guillermo del Toro film. And I know Guillermo del Toro is doing his own Pinocchio film, which I'm actually hopeful for. But something has gone terribly wrong. This movie is not only unnerving, but it's horrifying to watch. It has a lot of horror elements, which I know the original Pinocchio did, but there was something truly special about that movie. There was something like with a lot of heart and emotion and power and drive and, a different type of film. And there is no emotion. There's no soul in this movie. It's not only a retread, but it adds nothing new. This is the Lion King all over again. And I'm so frustrated watching this movie Pinocchio because there could have been something so cool done with this, something so stylish, something unique. You bring in Robert Zemeckis and Tom Hanks, and you bring in Don Burgess as the cinematographer and Chris Weitz as the screenwriter, and Alan Silvestri as the composer, and none of it is delivered. And on top of that, when like Stromboli comes in and just that whole like weirdness to his character, and Luke Evans comes into this movie as like the guy who pretty much kidnaps the kids and brings them to Pleasure Island, which is the most horrifying thing I've seen a Disney live action film do in some time. And they can do some really horrifying things, but on this level, it's just like, what is happening? What is going on? There's a moment in here where Pinocchio becomes a motorboat when he uses his leg to become a motorboat. And then the whale. Why couldn't they just make it a whale? Why does this movie even exist? What is Disney thinking? I swear to God, Disney, you are better than this. Oh my God, I'm so angry. This is just another problem with Marvel, another problem with Disney proper, another problem with Star Wars. It is absolutely baffling. You bring in this like young girl to do this kind of cool marionette thing, and she has no real purpose outside of just being kind of a weird love interest to Pinocchio. Everybody should be embarrassed to have worked on this film. Everybody should have been embarrassed to make this the final project or product. Everybody should be embarrassed in Disney for putting something so atrocious out, something so mind-numbingly stupid out. Like, it is mind-boggling how bad this movie is, how much it takes the source material and just completely shovels it into the ground. You know, you know the story. I'm not even getting into the story, but I just understand why they would think this was a competent film to put out. And like I said, you know, when I was talking to Jacob about this, I just kind of was baffled what he was telling me. There is literally a moment in this movie where Pinocchio goes down and stares at horse crap, literal horse crap on the ground, and just kind of maybe touches it a little bit and just kind of smells it and drops his apple on it. Why is that in the movie? Don't make that an hour and 45 minutes to add horse poop jokes in it. It just... But this movie is a travesty. It really is. It's stupid. And on top of that, you look at like Pinocchio's face and it's weird and off-putting. It looks fake and terrifying, and you know, his body's kind of cool. And then Figaro, why can't they just put real cats in the movie? And you know, the streets are all digital, and like Honest John and his cohort are all digital, and everything's digital, and nothing makes sense, and you have no place and purpose. And like I said, when you go to Pleasure Island and the kids are just destroying everything, and there's nothing makes sense. And you know, the idea of Pleasure Island in general is a travesty in the making. And you know, in the end, this movie is just it is a complete failure on all technical and logical and reasoning levels. I wasn't even going to do a review on this because I didn't feel its purpose, but this isn't even a review anymore. This is just the baffling nature of logic and reasoning for filmmaking. And I know these films are hard to make, and I get it, and I appreciate that they make films, but when this is when this is the end product and this is what we're getting, I'm sorry, Mr. Zemeckis and Burgess and Chris Weitz and Tom Hanks, who I truly love as an actor, and you know, Joseph Gordon-Levitt. You guys deserve better. You really do. You deserve to make something better. Disney, get your crap together, because this is... I don't even want to watch your films half the time because of this reason. It's happened with a lot of the Marvel films that have come out recently, and the TV shows, and you know, hopefully Willow doesn't go down this route where it's just a complete travesty of a product. You know, this is more just my worry that this is the kind of end of Disney and its kind of fantastical nature. This is this is money grabbing. This is soulless, and this product should never have been made, to be fairly honest. I still think Robert Zemeckis should still be working because he is talented, but he is much better than this. So with that said, I'm gonna end it there. That's my rant. I think this movie is an absolutely god-awful mess. But anyways, that'll do it. That'll be my take on Disney and Pinocchio and how just terrible this movie is. So anyways, comments below, you know, now that I end this, you know, whatever you want to call this, let me know what you think of Pinocchio. Do you agree with me? If you disagree with me, that's perfectly alright. Otherwise, if you like what you see on this channel, hit the subscribe button to join Movie Emporium. Hit that notification bell top to find what's coming next. If you like the video, awesome, hit that like button. And as always, we'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.